gets the jump or not of how quickly Kriaz shows himself, because this is just going to be the B exec as soon as Twist gets the util down to the side.
Flash coming out will be giving a chance for Rigon to find the kill. Juan Flatro, the bait and switch. He's in on quad. No one's checked him. He's going to swing out. There's one head. There's a second man to follow. It's messy from Juan Flatro, and he will only find the one. A shot's going to find a double, and that is honestly probably the most difficult way to start that one out there, because we know B&E, they're going to be up to something.
Flatro being the guy that puts in a lot of the M4s as of lately, and there it is. That's an opening pick towards Rab in that crane pick so early on, and Flatro might even aggress, try and get another advantage.
You're not going to expect this if you're an Arquez Synopsy. In the meantime, going to find one, but Juan Flatro, a very slow start for the big man. He'll fall away without the kill. Going aggressive here, Rigon thinking about it. Kriaz going to pick up the weapon, and unfortunately for Shox, that'll be the end of his life. Rigon staying alive, volley burning. No way does he win that fight as well. Has to be retrieved, 25 seconds left. And for an Arquez having spotted out Scenari, I think, yeah, there would be a double swing. They can see that endpoint smoke thrown, right? The one that we saw so famously in the RMR is the one that gives Synopsy this workaround from ramp. But all importantly, you can sit in on crane and find the kills, as well as the snap back from Synopsy will find a second. And that is 2 of the 3 AKs invested by Finest, dropped on ramp, immediately. No response. Finally, Kriaz on B will take down Rigon. Just going to have to be the man to take the step up here. The other teammates of his have got utility. This is a great bait and switch for Synopsy. On for the ace. Kriaz will deny, but a 4K that shows heroics that push B&E to tie things up. It's 2 all the way. As you said, with the low HP teammates that he has, going to have to try and present a forward-facing push. And well, there we go. Scenario 1-for-1. GXX, a little bit of a mismove, but he's still able to hold the cross. Spotting out the arm of Twist baited in. The smoke trying to give some space. GXX got to be careful because Twist up close. Through the smoke will drop the Orca, and now we're down to 2. Now it's down to the bare bones as it's Synopsy. Well, bomb will detonate, not going to change the outcome of this round. B is towards B for either team. This is a gamble stack for B&E, but more importantly, Finest, they're going to commit all their resources here as well.
Oh, great pick coming through from Pleasant, and they've got the timer to run with. Scenari thinking about a refrag, and Flavro comes into it. That's the orb to drop, and now they've got to rotate. Now they've got to get that bomb over to B.
Kriaz in a good position to compromise the entire plan. One Flatro caught with his knife out, and for that, Kriaz will catch him off. GXX and Scenari are 2 versus 3, and I think, you know, with GXX in such an advanced position on ramp, they will know, indeed, that ramp is clear, and it will be that B play, and in turn, they're just going to have to go for a save. Scenari tries to cough up a kill and make things a little more manageable and maybe question the idea of a retake.
And then they realize, well, we've still got plenty of time to have that mid-rotation to allow the bomb to go back up towards the B stairs into the site. Kriaz can just cut the rotations.
Now it's the AWP of GXX to replace him. The spam, oh my good God. So much damage done through the wall, and GXX, his position found. Synopsy left with 14 points of health. And another round. The Finest had no chance in winning. They've absolutely turned it on its head. It's Rigon against 4. He was the man to find the opener. He needs the rest. It's an ace 1v4 required.
And the B-side's already open. Kriaz back in City Spawn again. He just keeps getting there, doesn't he?
Picture Hidweg. You know, it is an eco, and we are expecting Finest to make it 7. What a start that they've had on the T side of Vertigo, may I say. Although, yeah, sure, their map pick. A shot from Synopsy as I say that. Although it is their map pick, this is a brilliant start against the B&E side, who are very capable of beating some decent teams on this map.
And knowing that Finest are actually in a deficit at one point, that they were down 2-3, that they've now been able to get themselves in this sort of state, is looking very good. As of right now, this eco's looking fairly promising. You still got that lurk from Kriaz that they know about. Well, they're going to double dip. They're going to get pushing right back towards Crane and get punished for that. Now it's down to Flatroot to hold off A pretty much all by himself.
Rigon will find one with the Deagle. And Arquez missed shot, and that gives the 5-7 a chance to exploit. And now it's Shox against 2, but he has got Juan Flatro pinned here on lane, but his position compromised. And this buys Rigon so much time to rotate. Juan Flatro, no way does he re-peek with the AWP. The cheek of the man. At this point, I can't talk about the game. Everything I say, it just goes against me.
You couldn't have imagined it, to be honest. The idea that Kriaz deals with the over-aggressing, was it center out towards the B side? I said GXX, okay. And you start maintaining the pace. You've got Synopsy over-aggressing. You've got a 3 distraction. And if they do that, Pleasant's going to win the round.
The flank of a lifetime. Rigon, oh, he'll follow the plans a little bit too early, though. And so now the expectancy, of course, there is a player going to be flanking. Scenari has to play an off angle. The AWP of GXX to catch it off. Swag, you've done it now, mate. You've said it, and it's gone the other way entirely. Real chance that Finest can get a bomb set down here. Kriaz, he'll try his best in taking the first fight, and Arquez coming in from short as well, but with 8 seconds on the clock, you know, as soon as that bomb's going to get set down, someone's going to jump through the smoke, and in fact, they will eventually find it. I don't know how Arquez is given enough space there to punch in the digits, lane or towards Crane, and another shot from GXX that connects. This time, he backs away, but Juan Flatro positioned like a turret on top Crane right now. He'll be waiting for a third man to walk in if possible. Missed shot from an Arquez. That gives Scenarii the chance to find a third with the M4A4.
From the city side, allow the crossfires to be set. Kriaz does have a slight gap in that smoke to work with.
We'll find one. Looking for more. Kriaz knows where the second man is, and well, it will now be all down to shots, and despite finding the single, it'll be GXX's AWP to find the fourth. It's
in the second game against Blue Jays in the third map decider with a 16-7 result. Other than that, that's been the only map they've played here.
Nice nade here for Scenarii. He'll kick things off with a bang, and already down to 4. Aggressiveness from Scenarii. Like, you wouldn't expect that, would you? Not in a world of, I don't know, normality at least. The B&E world, though, it's just one that we can speculate and enjoy. On Flatro, he'll find the third, Rig on the fourth. And Shox left in a 1v4. This having a good look in towards B, and he'll give it a good test. Don't get me wrong. Spam coming out, and there you go. Juan Flatro will find it. It's 9-6, and despite, well, a very ropey start for B&E, Plessen so cautious on the mid play. Juan Flatro going to be looking to try and deliver. Nice shot from Synopsy, Messi, and that will take down Plessen as well. Kriaz to fall, and it's just a sea of yellow in the kill feed as B&E. It's 4 kills and no response. Synopsy's just going to look at his teammate who takes the kill eventually. Smokes towards ramp. Molly's chucked in by Scenarii, but it's Shox to find the opener, so finally we see Finest take the man advantage, and now they're in pole position to win this round. Nade onto Scenarii will do good damage. Plessen, he's able to catch off on Flatro, and I feel like this round is all but over already. But this is
surprised how aggressive Shox is behind the danger position, knowing that they've got a 5-on-3 advantage, but being able to spot the bomb, instant trade from Rigon, and now they just want to try and open up the B side, and Atticus is not over peaking.
Brilliant flash drops in. Shox, an assist by, I do think, damage. It was in fact twisted through the flash from backside. And now it's Scenarii, an M4A4 against the lot. And he'll get taken down quite quickly. A bit of timing, fortunate for an Arquez to
continues to walk further forward, but even in this round, probably offering up a save for Finest.
Definitely could be the case. Ollie drops in. Actually will not land soon enough. The AWP of GXX to provide cover for Synopsy. Now you're down to 2. This has got to be a safe call, doesn't it, Dwag? You can't afford to risk these rifles.
And normally, one of their strongest players on Vertigo, we're yet to see him. He has had a poor start in this best of 3.
Spam coming out. Synopsy, he'll find one. And Arquez, his response, decent. Will get away with an AK as well. And ultimately, only one surviving, and that puts even more threat to that CT economy. 12-7 down. B&E, they're chasing 16, and they're looking really good doing so.
And action, and while we're getting an average performance from him, we need a great performance.
Plessen as well as sort of not been there, right? 6 and 15. Twist, however, looking to take his place. 2 kills, no response. Finally, Rigon will find one. A molly to sit behind the smoke as well, but this forces Shox out. The molly is good for the damage. Rigon over the top will get caught out by an Arquez, and that's a crucial kill because it's the bomb dropped as well. Low HP on GXX as he's left in the 1v3. And now a difficult round, and it should be an 8th on the board. Plessen through the smoke will find the last. Themselves could just go aggressive. A molly onto lane. But Synopsy just runs right through, and he's looking for a couple more towards this site. Checking out the smoke behind him. Gonna hit Kriaz spamming up close, but it'll be GXX to find the mark. Kriaz actually finding a third, and he's able to slip the net. But a good response, good damage at least. But the flank, that's what they've got to be cautious for, because Shox is hot on their heels.
Kriaz has done well so far, and now Shox is going to get into the mix, steals that first, and is now down to Scenarii. Good in clutches, good in these situations, but the overpeak comes together. They offer up individual fights, and Finest scrape away another round.
You know, we're here to look at the screen, mate. Talk about the pixels in front of us, and for Plessen, the disappearing pixels of Scenarii's body, because it's a 5v4, the man advantage, and the big pickup here for B&E is that Rigon available to find a response, and this leaves Shox alone towards B, and he's got such a difficult task, but he's good for one. Oh, Shox a second. No way is he going to go for more. A Synopsy gone as well. A Shox puts on a masterclass, and that's surely Finest up to 11. That is brilliance from the Estonian.
That's excellent. That is so well played. And for GXX, now he wants to try and force this into a clutch situation. Get that bomb plant in. Plesson's up close towards the right-hand side of the generators, getting some util in for Adekes. GXX doing his best, but his best is not enough. And just take a moment to realize how he's able to do that. He loses his teammate. Twist is the B-side anchor. Rigon gets the entry.
One extra shot that lands probably ends up in the 1v2 and gives BNE a chance at 14. But now, maybe backpedaling a bit. 13-12, things are getting a little more interesting. Synopsy, though, towards B. He's had a really good game towards B. Maybe not in the kills department, but finding so much space here, Dweg.
Put that molly down towards a danger spot. Shock's getting very aggressive up towards the elevated angle. Needs to get a support and assistance. Plesson's still on rotate, and Flatroot gets another entry to B.
That's scary. He should never have gone for that in the first place. And now the B bomb site left quite hollow. It's Plesson. He's going to need heroic spamming. Will eventually fall back through his own smoke. And for the BNE side, they've got majority of sight, but that is a brilliant first kill. Nearly the transfer. Oh, good God, Plesson. So many players low, but no kills just yet, and he will be rewarded. Through the smoke, finds one. Flatro. It's Scenari and GXX in the post plant, but there is an orb posted, turreted down towards quad. And that'll give BNE such a good chance in this. Hinders a lot of progress made by Finest, but he's going to need a 1v3. Good for the first. Spots Plesson as well, but there's still two more to go. Nose with the smoke, and that molly is massive, forcing him out into the open. And with that Finest tie up, it's 13 all. It's a clinic on the CT side.
Bomb plant didn't go down, so they couldn't get a good buy back in. They're hearing a lot of these footsteps. Plesson's still so aggressive, though.
The nades doing good damage, but Kriaz able to find the spam. And a second kill could be warranted for Scenari's trade. And a second kill through the smoke for Scenari. A 3v3. Guns can be picked up. Rigon's position compromised. But more importantly, a molly that forces shots into the open, but Rigon looking the wrong way. And it is all down to GXX in a 1v3 to keep BNE in at a chance of regulation. Otherwise, Finest up to 15, and the money is an all-time low. The peek in from Headshot, a nice shot from GXX. Gonna need more, though. Both players doubled up towards lane. Both players in the sights of GXX, but shots to find the kill. And with that, it's map point Finest.
You've got to imagine they've wrecked the mental. They've completely tilted the side of BNE. 8 rounds in a row now from Finest. And for the last 2, there's been no bomb plants. There's been no extra money flowing into the hands of the Bad News Eagles. And even that's close, but no cigar. But such an advantage, such a lead. And Arquez will actually get a little bit of timing. Unfortunate. Rigon will find a second. A nice spam from Twist, but only good for damage. And now BNE come to life. No utility. They run at them with the rifles, and they are on top. Rigon with the double entry. Beautiful sequence from him to try and get the B-Rap forward, and he's still aggressive.
Plesson having a good look. Nearly a 2-for-1. The lineup is so good for Plesson. And now Scenari from a 3v2 to a 1v2 to keep BNE in it, to keep them alive here on Vertigo, to push it to 14. He's going to need them both. Spotting Kriaz. Plesson knows his number but can't dial it in. A second kill? No. Kriaz has got it. Is there time? Yes, there is. And with that, Finest 16.
Oh my goodness, I thought that was the one. I thought that was the one that was going to get BNE up to 14, and we were going to maybe have an overtime, but no.
One in which BNE, they're going to run right for it, and they've got themselves a very vacant site to take control of. But a 5v5 retake, no kits on the side of Finest. This means that these USPs are going to have to come to action quite quickly here.
Oh, Johan Flatterer is thinking about getting quite aggressive towards that marker position. Smoke's going down. Plesson going to be the first one to fall, and now for Finest, you wonder, where's the response?
Having a good look. Flatro going even more aggressive. This could be the response if they aren't too careful, but at the same time, there's just too many bodies, not enough USPs to deal with it, while Anarquez is good for one. He quite quickly is taken out of this round, I think, by GXX's Glock, or at least it should be. Nice shot, at least for Anarquez. Synopsy, he'll drop in and the USP will find the last. So eventually BNE get there first.
A-side for BNE, and as of right now, you just imagine set piece Exy.
Rigon will find the opening kill. It's out towards A that they all head. BNE will find a second. And just like that, we're down to 3. And already the save call is probably being issued at some place or another, being like, guys, we can't afford to stick around. This has got to be a scenario that is unwinnable. Kriaz, he'll find one, but all his teammates fall. And a 1v5 effectively for him at this point in time. Very responsive considering how dull and sort of flat-footed they were at the end of Vertigo. Though, in such an advanced angle that BNE try and use to exploit that bomb still needs to get across and be set down. GXX finding a Narkez though, and that's the AWP drop. A nade as well. And look at this presence from Juan Flatro. He's not letting go of the W key. He wants more.
Trying to get as much out of it as possible. Really crunch down. That AWP on the retake from Kriaz stuck around the market position. They want to force Flatro out to the open, and they do indeed.
Now a 4v3, but that bomb continues to tick. They need to make the move towards the site. Unfortunately for BNE, they are just killing everyone right now. And for Finest, they don't find a single kill 8th inning, but just deflates towards the end. I don't know how else to put it, really. Finest just on the back foot.
A little bit disappointing from Finest's point of view that you've got an AWP on a ramp contact just for that acceleration hit into the B-site exit, and Krez isn't able to find anything. Retreat.
No constraint. We're so tied up in our own financial problems that BNE can just continue to run away with this, especially when they are finding man advantages. And Arquez looking to put a stop to that, though. Will connect onto Rigon, doesn't expect the second man from Palace, and that gives Juan Flatro a lead back into this round.
Oh, Shox has been seen. What a great jiggle that was from Sceneri. Trying to multi-frag, but it's Flatro there with the trade. Continuing the press towards the top of Connector. And now for Plesson, they know exactly where he is. Out towards CT. That AWP is holding down the angle. Another easy shot for GXX. Drop the bomb. There's something here.
There's pieces to the puzzle, but does an Arquez know how to put it together? Well, Messi with the Deagle, and whoa, okay. Whoa, an Arquez. 2. Just like that, bomb dropped, orb picked up. And the big man has got the orb. Kriaz will fall, but it's integral damage done to Juan Flatro. Join up, the 2 versus 2. Charles like, no wonder as an Arquez with a 3rd. The big man just keeps getting better as the orb left to try and find the 4th to peek in, and an Arquez gets them all. A Deagle double and an orb masterclass. That's Finest on the board.
Oh, Rigon? Oh, this could be a perfect timing. Twist is backing off. He's been seen. He still keeps the attention pulled towards ramp, but the flash is good.
Juan Flatro finds one with a nade, Rigon. Oh, he could be in for it all, but at the same time, this could all come crash and burning down. Twist, such an off-angled, Rigon's got it covered. But now on Ninja, Shox, he doesn't swing, he doesn't play with his teammate. He's just going to play off the audio cues given by the T side. 20 seconds left, Rigon, jump spot, didn't see the man. There's 2 in his sights, will find the first, a second kill for Shox. Can't find the 3rd, but that's Scenario in a 1v1. And now plays passive, the bomb's planted for him. Elite, he has to check all the angles, now knows that Ninja's clear, a molly and a nade, and that'll be the defuse started. Sceneri, he's got to run, he's got to go forward. There's just not enough time to do both as Plesson gets the kill. The defuse in tandem and Finest to a second. That slow around being played by the BNE side. That is brilliant for an Arquez to find the opener, but information and a kill given up. Plesson makes it a 3v5.
Even GXX is looking for that response with the bomb. How do they even get through? Because they can't get through the connector sight line. Plesson gets a multi, ends up with a couple, might be on for a 3. The spray's not quite there, but it's a lot of damage. And the CT's quicken from spawn directly. Finest now make it 3 in a row.
Arquez aggressive towards ramp. Flash won't quite find the mark, and that gives an Arquez a brilliant opportunity to strike. Man advantage, no response. BNE left stunned.
Even Shox just repositioning, Synopsy being caught off guard. That's the lurk in mid, and look at how many CTs there are right now to defend A.
All of them, absolutely everyone right now. Kriaz will fight one with the orb. A swing out from Twist looking for more, and it goes from bad to worse. A nice kill, a jump up from Plesson as he finds the last 2. And for that, won't find the kill. At the same time, this is very cheeky though. Finest now a second man because Kriaz has picked up Rigon. Down to 3, swing in. Plesson's got good timing, mate. This is not just, you know, Finest on a good day. This is a sheer outclass right now.
Oh, even that. So just trying to see if he can move through the smoke. And there's just so many players around.
Very, very scary. Tap it away. Twist will find the last. And it is 7-all.
This one at all. Light on util, fast out of the gate towards mid. Shox has got out to the open. How is he still alive? At least he's been able to get away with damage.
5v4 in favor of BNE. Now the man falls in favor of Finest. I was going to say level down, but Finest just looked too good. Kriaz and Arquez and Twist all left in the picture. Scenario and Juan Flatro, they've got it all to do. Twist going to be caught off guard at least, and so we're into a 2v2. One of the more competitive rounds that we've been left with here on Mirage since the start of Divinity and dominance from the Finest side. Kriaz good for the first and the second. 8-7.
Wow. What a statement.
The rankings that they desperately want to give them that push, and obviously the chance of exposure and tier 1 chances. Rigon going to try and strip it away from them though, as Shox, he's the first man to fall, and an unresponsive Finest here. 4v5, Twist going aggressive, gives up the bomb. Rigon looking for more as the USP just finds heads, and Arquez will find the response, but it's a 2v4. And the 4v5 statistic you were talking about on the T side, at least, not looking too good for Finest in this one.
Together there, they offer it up individual duels. You've got to fight, offer up the territory. Even Rigon's looking for a little bit more. Is he going to get the ace? He might even do so.
On for it at least. Down to 1, down to Pleasant to deny it all. Molly will whiz past Rigon's head, and he's on for it. Yes, indeed, Rigon. What a round. Picked up by GXX. Nothing lobbed in towards middle early on, and instead they'll line up for the top mid play, but it's Kriaz aggressive as ever with the rifle, and he finds the opening kill.
Beaten by pace in a round like that. No. Very aggressive down towards mid, and now Shox has opened up the A side. He might even be able to deal with the jungle angle. GXX is going to hold, but Twist is there for the trade. This is done. You've got to save.
Finest in a position like no other, and on their T side, they're back raining terror. Rigon low HP will find one. Synopsy's got to be careful not to lose his life, and Arquez with the AK will pick up the 4th. And now it's Synopsy left for the USP, will pick up the M4. Will, attempt to save, but he's flanked out. There is no chance of survival, and it'll be Twist to find the last. Finest 9, BNE 9. Dropped in, fast play towards middle once more here. First kill comes out, and it'll be GXX to find the feed. So nicely taken care of to find it. Looking for a response, and they will be good at doing so, but low HP. And Arquez and Pleasant both left low.
Oh, they've lost the lurk. That was the opportunity. Kriaz with all of the timing to work with. Pleasant trying to do the damage, but on low HP. They needed Kriaz to walk forward on A, to be able to provide some assistance to the 2 low HP players. Sax has such an advantage in this fight. It's so difficult to pre-aim.
And this could be the round in his pocket, and it will be indeed. Very nicely done. GXX to find it.
This is looking promising. Even that HG coming close towards Twist, but not doing a massive amount. The AK set up, and Flatrouge's going to fall. That's exactly what they want out of this hero weapon.
Any more, though, that's what they'll be asking. Definitely be looking for it. Reboosted up, and Arquez a second. And they know that there's Synopsy on shore. And we could see this exact thing happening. And Arquez with a hat-trick. Kriaz tapping away to their piece of GXX. It's not just an eco with a hero rifle. It could be done flawlessly by the T side. Kriaz would have been spotted, but rifles in the pockets. Twist will fall.
Just fights to come out into the open and force Anarchez in a very good position. Even Saneri looks the wrong way, and Pleasant drops everyone. I actually reckon this is hard tilt.
Rigon hears it. He'll say no. He'll wag his finger at us and say no, this show must go on. And at 11 all. Well, damn right that this game continues, and GXX to find the opener. Synopsy with newfound confidence. This is the life breathed back into Bad News Eagles.
Bomb control still not gained. Pleasant thinking about putting pressure towards Connector, but just being watched on the edge of the smoke. Great take of that aggressive stance towards bottom con. And now for Kriaz, 1v3. And the CTs are giving him so much respect. They're just backing off.
Can't run the risks, can they? He's coming out, and GXX, he'll find the kill. Now this is their chance at redemption. This is their chance at victory here, Dweg. As you said, to take us to a 3rd. I feel like this round is what sets it up very, very nicely.
No van player. Everyone towards a short position, but at least they're doing damage. Pleasant drops, and so does Kriaz. Synopsy still fighting, and Rigon's keeping the pressure on.
Rigon, good for 1. Shox his trade, but it's a 2 versus 4. Looking really good right now for BNE. Despite Shox finding 2, it's Twist against 3. And well, Dweg, dreams become reality because it's BNE to 14. Finest money at an all-time low.
What do Finest have left up their sleeve? At least they've got a good buy. They could be happy about that much. And Arquez super aggressive.
Looking for it in the molly. Well, it's already done over half health. Confident Finest stand. And Arquez will eventually find the opening kill. Twist. Nice adjustment is Pleasant actually to get it behind. Flatro finds them both. And a 3 versus 3, but fast towards A, and that's where Synopsy can capitalize. Good for 1. Rigon the second one. Flatro the 3rd. And just like that, BNE bounced back with their map pick.
And it showed how important that early start was. The way in which they get to 7-0. A couple of steals from both teams. He's on B right now.
One Flatro patiently waiting. He's got the elevated boost unchecked right now as Finest try and get themselves out, but it's into the stack, into the jaws, but they somehow still get rid of the players. It's a man advantage now for Finest in a round they should never have had a chance in the first place. Pleasant just trying to find out which parts of the site you can plant on, and he will eventually try and set it down. It's a Narcus that has to deny. One Flatro taking down the bomb carrier, and GXX to find the second, but Pleasant in the 1v2 is now the first shot, knows where the second man is, and he finds both heads. What a round!
Him the most in a 1v2 post-plant. The surprising factor that really caught me, though, 4 players on B, Ryan. We hyped it up, they're running into a stack, and they still open up the bomb site and recover the round.
And now Hun Flatro looking for one with the 5-7. Peeking in, would have spotted shots, doesn't expect them both, but still good for one anyway.
Spot that bomb control. Even an Arquez trying to work down on the brackets take. GXX is on the other side. It's a dry peek in.
He's dropped in, Rigon. Gonna try and slip the net as he makes his way towards site. Flashbang pretty good. Twist tagged up, but not taken down. And Rigon in an ideal world, we needed to see the same as Mirage with all 3 kills going his way if they wanted to win this round. But now they're drowned out and the bomb's set down. It is just scenario against 3. And despite picking up this round, is that now we have a premium rifle and something that you can work with to do damage to that T side. I think it could have definitely been a little less one-sided. If I'm not mistaken, it was like basically a done deal from beginning to end. Like Finest looked a step ahead, but Enterprise just I don't know. They're Enterprise at the end of the day, you know. They do surprise. Obviously, it was a 2-0 in that. Gone better though in this round, you know. As I've been flat led on, it is a 4-on-2 now, a 4-on-1, and Finest have hit a brick wall against the full buy.
Just to recap, obviously, what happens up there at the half forward, it's very aggressive. It's getting up towards that car position. It's trying to take on a lot of head-on-head duels, and instead, they actually lose to the majority of the fights. Quite defensive from that sandbags position and up on the car corner. And comes down to Twist with the bomb, trying to see if he can entry forward with that AWP on lock. And for B&E, that's going to be quite of a surprising round, knowing that
it's early information gathered that they know at least there's no immediate pressure towards Banana, and now they can focus up towards middle a little bit more, and that's where Shox take a little bit of contact.
Not the best of long smokes at all. Didn't quite have the lineup, so it allows Synopsy to go for an info play. Is anyone watching out for this? No one is. They've got to get the trade back, and an Arquez is just going to get caught off guard by the crossfire. What a stagnant play in towards that brackets take for B&E.
Synopsy, the big man, to do a lot of the heavy lifting. One Flatro patient to hold the angle. Another dink, leaving Kriaz at 1 HP. Nice spray transfer from Pleasant. The problem is there's 30 HP combined. Rigon has the 4th dialed in. And it's now Kriaz against 3. 1 point of health to his name. That is brilliant from Synopsy.
Even GXX with the pistol, that's going to be a finisher. Even the headshot coming through.
And it's as of yet, as you mentioned, no post plants, no man advantages really that have stuck. It's been deficit after deficit. Lesson sitting up close to the wall. Rigon holding for the peak. A volley to come over the top. And, well, there you have it. He's got one. Scenario in the meantime to draw first blood. And B&E looking as confident as ever right now. Aggressive, calculative, more importantly, effective with their plays as Rigon. A beautiful second shot.
Don't see much AWPing coming out of Rigon on the secondary. Even the swing out from Synopsy does get caught, but the bomb gets dropped. What a round this is from Rigon. And notice how dry that play was towards Banana. They had flashes. Twist had a flash, and Arquez had a flash. None of it was used. That was dry faces towards the top of it, and they get punished. AWP central from both Rigon and GXX. Cross. B&E set up well to defend the brackets take.
Smoke will deny GXX of holding long. The majority of the force coming from short to Synopsy. Finds 3 from middle. And that is brilliant. What a hole, what a flank, what an everything from Bad News Eagles. It's Finest left in a 4v5. And they just get plowed down by the CT side. A multitude of angles, not enough angles to hold. And that's it, that's them done. They get chalked up and it's a 7-3 scoreline.
And I knew for Finest, you get Kriaz doing a little bit of double AWPing.
And they get the bomb site, but the bomb's dropped in deep. That would probably be my best guess as to how close these rounds have been. Nonetheless, an overextensive Synopsy. That'll give the man advantage up, importantly, to the T side. Shox will find a second. And it's already a 2 versus 5. Bad News Eagles put back in their place. Finally punished for their overextensive antics.
Very good pace coming through there from the lurk. Shox just realizing I can capitalize on this. They're over-peaking. We've seen the aggression come down to Banana, but we hadn't really seen it towards second mid in the apartments. Rigon, so many players around to face, won't be able to get much, and even Anarquez with the AWP just trades him right out. slight miss smoke for the lurk, but
A little bit more oomph for their CT, or rather for their T-side stitch.
Pleasant, unfortunately, falling to the hands of Giraffe Flatroo. Even putting the smoke down to fake that he's out towards Big Pick. Can he catch off Krios too? No, not to be.
Round 13. Nade, oh, it's so good. And another molly, and another set of spam. Can't catch a break for Finest. The Synopsy through the smoke to find a second.
They've always struggled when they take Banana early, and now even the boost up. So what is going on here? Just play the man advantage, and they're boosting Riglon up for another pick.
Well, now they're going to have to go searching, and that they will connect. Rigon finds it after Synopsy drops.
And we've had so many vibes here of just over-peaking in so many situations. Even that, flash around the corner.
Shox is in apartments here. Expecting the boost. The smoke towards long, and now give him some decent space. Pleasant, he'll find the opener as GXX to find the response. The second, oh my god, Synopsy through the smoke goes more and more. Sceneri to find the fourth. And once again, Finest left in a 1vx situation. And it's another time that Bad News Eagles only lose a life. It's a 4-man survival. It's 10-4. Round 15. A chance at 11-4 Hidweg. Scary times for Finest. I expected a little bit more impacts on their T side.
Fast out of the gate, trying to put some pressure down towards his bracket control. Very quick indeed. The Mac-10 started off, but the short wrap hasn't done much.
Whoa!
Even with the no-scopers continuing to fire away.
But look at this scenario on the back of the site. Pleasant's going to walk into it. Finds 7 drawn for Sceneri as he finds a third. Surely not all 4. Kriaz will walk into it as well. And Sceneri delivers a masterclass. It's 11-4. It's Bad News Eagles. And it's looking so likely that the Kosovian side will win this game. Talk about streaky performances. That is one hell of a run. They were 3-0 down to begin with, Tweg. And in the last 12 rounds, they win 11. Swing from Kriaz and Arquez, but more importantly, Pleasant. Or does he know that one flash rose up close? He won't now, because his head's taken off his shoulders. The first kill in favor of the T side. Synopsy tried to shoot out the plant pot, but instead gets a tag on Twist. Kriaz left at 77, but Shock's in the pit position. He's yet to be cleared as he finds 2, but it's a man advantage for B&E, and in fact make it 2 because it's Kriaz against 3. And while he's good for Synopsy, I mean, if he does, it's just a last-ditch effort. He'll run in, spot out on Flatro, now realizing, yeah, this one's all too far gone. We'll find the first. Rigon jumps back down to certain death. He tries to get in the pit position, but new updates would dictate goodbye, sir, and that he will fall. Middle to start this one off. Finest are looking for the early chip damage, something that Bad News Eagles did so well to them. It's Kriaz and Twist that combine for a first. Sceneri just standing in the open blind will get taken down. And there we go. Finest, the fall by looks too good to be true. It's 3 kills for nothing towards Banana.
They want more. They want to keep peeking. GXX down on the half wall will eventually deal with one. And Kriaz and Pleasant are still hanging about. I'm not sure about this.
Kriaz, he'll find one, the second as well, making it his 4th way. Makes it look confident. I agree with you. It was a molly in response, but Sceneri finds a vacant B site. The molly's pretty good. The bomb will be dropped. Rigon finds the first through the smoke. 2 more to go, and he'll do it, mate. 2 more.
They've got to get that bomb back. See it in the fountain eventually. Another boost up towards the flower pots. Is anyone watching out for it? It's GXX that gets the Deagle kill onto Pleasant now.
No way does the force buy win. Molly drops at the feet of the Deagle. He'll have to swing out wide, and for that, he'll be taken down. One flat throw. Will he know? Synopsy. Oh, went out of this one flag, but it's only good for damage. Didn't quite calculate where the bullets would go, and now one flat throw left to do it all. 2 more to go. Finds the first head of Twist, and he's able to slip the net. Goes back in for more. The wall bang sets him so low, and with Shock's a bullet away from death. 1 the difference. One flat throw swings in as he finds all 3, and one flat throw makes it a hat trick, makes it 14. That's gotta hurt. That has got to hurt. Spam out. First kill. It goes Synopsy's way. Kriaz at least to respond. MP9 looking to upgrade. And, well, he will not. Sceneri wants a double kill. That's not in the script. Upgrading as well. Blessing going to get smoked off. A headshot from Sceneri to find it. Molly as well. Sceneri just going to clear out mini pit. No one there, and Arquez will stay end like this. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hard to see. And an Arquez, that's the M4, the only premium weapon already dropped.
Even Twist just drive by. Oh, this is looking good. Very good in round 21. And for Finest, they're even being crunched down. Snopsy's walking out A while they're taking Banana.
Yeah, this is perfect positioning. You can't argue with how advanced he is in this angle. Did make a step.
Hang on, what?
But no one's checked him.
Oh, no. Oh, it's going to happen, isn't it?
Yes, and Opsy with a knife. 2 more to go. Shots and Kree has both on B, and one Flatro has them both. Finest eliminated. Bad news, Eagles moved through. It was a 3-map affair, but there is no stopping the B&E train on the final map of this series. What a poetic way to end it all for Finest.